understand that as I love myself more and I self-reflect and I become self-aware of who I am, I begin to attract the love that I'm seeking. I begin to attract the friends and the brotherhoods that and the sisterhoods I'm looking for genuinely, because I had to learn to understand myself. So it seems as though law of attraction works like this with the mental telepathy. You have to love yourself first if you want to be loved. You have to love your passion first if you want people to love your passion. You have to love your YouTube channel first if you want people to love your YouTube channel. That creates more ideas in relevance to how you can create that from a space of starting with yourself. I had a friend of mine, right, and he was talking. He was like, he wants to ask this girl a question. Shout out to my boy Mark. And we got to this space where I like to go left to go right. So I'm like, he goes, well, I say actually, I go, you have to ask yourself the same question you're trying to ask her. That opens up the idea, like he says afterwards, he goes, maybe I'm learning to be a lot more vulnerable. And I think that we're learning to be a lot more vulnerable with ourselves because we keep intellectualizing the idea of as though we have to love people to learn how to love them better, and we kind of forget about ourselves and our internal. So don't focus too much on your external. Focus on your internal. Don't focus too much on your relative. Focus on your absolute, right? And your relative will magically just mend itself together because that's how positivity works, right? Full circle. So learn to accept yourself, learn to love yourself. Let's wrap this up. And shout outs to Lil Durk, Young Thug, and Andre 3000, and Erica Badu, right? Shout outs to those musical artists that definitely inspire us to be better and be greater. Because I know for sure a lot of my music is inspired by even the drill artists. Sometimes they're too angry for me, or too much sex stuff and all this other bullshit. But they're finding themselves, and I support everybody finding themselves. Shout outs to Chef G. Shout outs to, who else am I listening to sometimes? Or I look out for Shawnee Bin Laden. Beautiful, beautiful music, beautiful samples. Sleepy Hollow is dope too.